Have you bobbing my head. I like that.
What's going on, Cobra?
I am blessed.
Blessed. Good. Me too. Nothing to complain about. How was your day today?
My day was marvelous. How was yours?
It was good. It wasn't nothing too much, I go to work and I come back, come home. That's it. I don't allow my day to get too cloudy with nothing. I go to do my job. I don't go to make friends and chit chat and gossip and complain.
Yeah, that's how when I used to work, at a brick and mortar, that was a lot of stuff I used to get into. Like we might have to do a show about that, work environment, gossip and stuff. Cause bro, I got stories.
Yeah, we should. We definitely should.
Breakdown stories.
All right. So today is our part 2 of the Tricks Abuses Play. And again, for those who don't know the meaning, what abuse actually is to treat a person or an animal with cruelty or violence, especially regularly or repeatedly, to use something to bad effect or for a bad purpose or misuse. And what we're going to do is we broke down and we have four different components again. And we'll start with the first one, which is blaming others for feelings. Hey, TC. What's going on, TC?
What's up, TC? Happy Wednesday to you.
And so, again, blaming others for feelings. An abuser will use feelings to manipulate a victim. Common phrases to look for: you're hurting me by not doing what I want. You control how I feel. So again, guys, this is something that Cobra and I researched, and it broke it down in so many different components. So we felt compelled to actually come out here and really explain to you what abusers do and the tricks that they play, so you don't be tricked or perceived. Actually, not only can you be abused when you don't know, you can also be the abuser. So it was just important for us to actually do some research on this and explain to you guys what it actually is. And so I'll start with 6 reasons why people always blame others. And first, I do want to say, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel, PolyVibez with BB and Cobra. We're trying to get to 1,000. It's not better. We want to get above and beyond, but we'll start there. So please subscribe to the channel. So we'll start with the 6 reasons why people always blame others. Number 1, blaming people is easy. Lifting the accountability and responsibility off yourself and passing the buck. It is easier to lie than to face the truth. Simple and plain. Simple and plain. Blaming people is easy. 2, blame works well as a defense mechanism. Shifting the blame onto someone else, you can sidestep the responsibility of reflecting on your own behavior. Our defense mechanism can kick into play subconsciously. And it's normal for people to do things that they wouldn't want to admit to in order to preserve their self-righteousness. However, this is done in excess. It becomes problematic and can lead someone to make excuses all the time rather than having a sense of personal responsibility. That's 2. 3, someone else blames others if they feel themselves losing control. It is easy to panic if you lose control of a situation. And often one way to feel like you're regaining control is to blame other people.
Yeah, that's the big thing about abuse. Like we talked about last week, it's all about control.
Right.
And with the losing of control, the abuser will lash out.
Correct. 4, blaming others protect your fragile ego. Even when you blame other people to make yourself seem like a victim, you're still trying to boost your ego because you're seeking attention from other people to validate that you're correct. This shows a sign of low self-esteem.
You see a lot of that,
Correct. And the funny thing is, all this that I'm reading and researching and learning about, I see it in myself. I see it in others. And again, we have done it so much that we have placed a sense of normalcy in it. We don't even realize that we are being abused or yet be the abusers in situations. So this is important. It's just for self-growth and self-awareness, not trying to fault you or, shun you in any type of way. Is really literally just to get awareness of what's going on,
It's like people are desensitized.
Correct.
Being abused.
Right. They don't even realize that it's a problem at all. They don't, even if you said that to them, they would probably defend themselves and defend the abuser, Yeah,
I'm not being abused. I'm not being hit.
Right.
Not knowing that there's more to abuse than somebody hitting you.
Correct. Number 5, people may play the blame game to help explain a situation. We just said this. When something goes wrong, you probably feel a need to explain why the problem happened. Oftentimes, blaming someone else, people feel like they have located a cause. People often assume that someone has to be at fault if there is a problem. But this results in a snap judgment and people's tendency to deny responsibility. And the 6th one is people blame others to help excuse their own actions. Sometimes blaming others can give us an excuse to hurt people or act in a way that we wouldn't normally act. So those are just some, reasons why people blame, others for their feelings, Guys, I do want to say that if you want to do your own research, I am going to put down where you can visit these sites. And if you want to, you can do your own research and get more information on that. And so that's the end of blaming others for feelings. The next one is playful use of force in sex. And just a small detail is this behavior includes restraining partners against their will during sex, acting out fantasies in which the partner is helpless.
Okay, so that is called intimate partner sexual violence. And it happens more than you know. So it could be a partner pressing you to drink more than you want to, pushing you onto the bed, mocking you about your body, threatening to cheat on you. Like, if you don't have sex with me, I'll go have sex with somebody else. That's a form of that type of abuse. People often don't recognize that. If you don't want to have sex, that person is forcing you into having sex by making you think, they'll go elsewhere. Also, it is about sexism, about people taking control. A lot of the ISPV comes from different types of pornography. Unfortunately, there's a genre of pornography that's called forced porn and, different stuff of that nature. So a lot of the people, when somebody wants to force you to do a sex act that you don't want to do, And they can use also not. It's not also about like forcing you, restraining you. There can be different ways that a person can do that. They can tell you, look, if you don't have sex with me, you're not going to have anywhere to live, or I won't give you money if you won't have sex with me. I've been in a situation like that. When I was abused sexually in a relationship, I was living with a woman. I didn't want to go back to my parents' house, so it was always, well, if you don't have sex with me, I'll put you out. So I would have sex when I did not want to. And I didn't realize at the time, being younger, that that is a type of abuse. Because she was making me do something I really didn't want to do. But when you think of that type of, you think of somebody, like I said, holding you down forcefully. But it's different things.
Right. And they also said initiating sex when the partner is asleep, or demanding sex when a partner is ill or tired. And I've experienced that, initiating sex while being asleep. I've been poked a couple of times, waking up out of my sleep. And to be honest, I have really just went along with it and not even realized that it was a form of abuse. It was just, to me, the person was just horny and wanted to do it. So yeah, again, it's so normalized, and people think it's it's okay to do, but it's not. And it's not.
So some of the things that consider ISPV are demanding sex when one partner is unwilling, demanding or coercing the partner to engage in sexual activity which the partner is uncomfortable with. Say you don't like anal, but your partner wants you to do anal. Say you don't like doing certain things in the bedroom, but your partner, coerces you, into doing that. However way they do it, like with manipulation. Also, using objects as fingers and partners or ways a partner are not willing. Like, just boundaries, not respecting your boundaries.
Correct.
Also, using drugs and alcohol to obtain sex with your partner. Your partner might, force you to drink too much or to try drugs, or might put something in your drugs. Actually, like, you guys heard of primo before. Like, somebody might put some little cocaine in your weed to get you a little loose. That is also a form of sexual abuse. You don't know you're smoking primo. You think you're just smoking a blunt. That's why don't smoke it, everybody. Like, I have a old friend of mine. This girl was a virgin. And she met this guy. He premoed her, put crack in her marijuana. She turned into a crackhead. He didn't have the money for the crack one day, and she was gang raped because of it. Left in an abandoned building. Tragic shit, shouldn't have gone to jail for some things, all because she was forced. That she was given drugs without her knowing, without her knowledge.
Right.
Which is a form of abuse. She became a drug addict. I hope she's all right. I haven't talked to her.
And I'm wondering if these people actually think that, or even know that it's abuse, or do they just look at it as they're just like getting the person in the mood? I
don't know. I would think they would know it is abuse, because I'm giving you something that you don't know about. Mm-hmm. And you're like, I might not want to use coke. Right. I just might want to smoke a little weed. So right. To me, that's being deceptive. I mean, you're deceiving me. And like some people do it just to turn somebody out sexually.
Mm-hmm.
And that is some type of that's abuse. I mean, we've all heard the horror stories about
Let me read some of TC's comments. She said throat choking, no. And that should be criminal. You're absolutely right. All these things should. Right. But again, TC, like, no one even really, people don't look at it as abuse. They look at it as this is just relationship turmoil. Or if this person loves me, this is how I'm supposed to be treated, you know? So it's, you know, it really depends on if a person actually knows and understand when they're being abused.
Yeah, because like I had no idea I was being abused.
Correct. That's exactly what I was saying. That's exactly what I was saying. Yeah.
And like people don't, like women don't realize that, especially in the LGBT community. Like I was reading about abuse in LGBT community, and you know, because it's the same gender, people not believing that the abuse is real.
Right. Right. Yeah. So we'll go to the next one, which is verbal abuse. And this type of abuse is this behavior involves saying things that are intended to be cruel and hurtful, cursing or degrading a victim or putting down accomplishments. There are so many different areas of verbal abuse, and I'm just going to name some: abusive anger, accusing and blaming, blocking and diverting, countering, denial, deprivation and withholding, forgetting, verbal abuse disguised as a joke, judging and criticizing. I'm just going to give you a couple examples of it. Judging and criticizing. The abuse to be smarter, more sane, less picky, or any other type of expression about how little your abuser appreciates who you are. Many judging statements start with you. For example, you are a cheater, or you have daddy issues. Critical statements usually are said about you that someone else, for example, she is so confused. She doesn't know her right from her left half the time. Or he nags like a woman. Abusers also love to retell stories about you in which you made a mistake, or the abuser can make fun of you in some way. So these are all abusive tactics that the judging and the criticizing, and the verbal abuse disguised as a joke, you know,
So
pretending like you're playing around, but you're really being abusive and saying things that purposely trying to hurt people's feelings, you know.
Yeah, being like, oh, I'm just kidding. I didn't mean that. Yes, the hell you did. You meant every word you said.
Right.
Like, a lot of abusers are manipulative. Like what I've noticed, and like honestly, I've been guilty of this too. Manipulation. Dating. Back in the day, like I might tell a partner something that they would consider to be personal. I'll consider to be personal. But it may be true, it may not be true, or it might be part of the truth. To get them to open up to me about, and you know, oh, she's telling me this, let me open up to me and tell me everything. And then I would use that against them. Well, you know, I remember, you know, that you can't use this, you know, to throw it back in their face. I'm gonna keep it real.
I mean, I've done it too. I can't even say I have never did it, but it's really manipulation at its best.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, these are things that we do when we're abusing one another.
Because people are a sucker for a sad story. We see it every day on, you know, in a certain area on YouTube, you know, a sad story. People sucker for it.
But you got to be careful, because some people manipulate that as well. Like you just said, could just be telling you a story to get you to share more.
That's what I was saying. That's how we manipulate back in the day. I would tell a little bit, a piece of a story. It might be true. It might be somebody else's story. I would tell whoever I was pursuing that to get them to open up so I can find out more about them, and then, you know, use it against them.
See.
That's why I said everybody loves a sob story, especially women. They love it. They eat that shit right up. Oh, you poor baby. Poor baby.
The last one I wanted to dive into really quickly is breaking or striking objects. This behavior is used as a punishment, breaking sentiments, possessions, or to terrorize the victim into submission.
Right. So a person might break something, like she says, sentimental to you. Like maybe like say if you got actions or something, like your granny. They take it, throw it against the wall. You know, just to break you down and make you cry. But abuse is like, to see her and cry. Or the person might threaten, like I used to date a girl and she would threaten to punch holes in the wall. I'd be like, I'm like, that would scare me because that's a lot of money to repair. And she'd be like, I'll tear this motherfucking house up. Whoa. Chill out. You be punching on walls up in here, stuff like that. Breaking stuff, knocking stuff over. Stuff of that, to try to frighten you. Like, I wish you would knock them over and cut an artery and bleed out. I'm gonna let you bleed out. Let's bleed out a little bit for the police. You should be dumb. More of the story, don't put your hands on people's shit. If you're dealing with somebody that's abusive, and they know for throwing stuff around, and you still want to keep fucking with them, have some glass around. So they can like little abusive little hands on.
Correct.
Bleed out.
Hi, thanks for stopping by. Right, you're right.
We'll just slice your little ass up. So that's how it works. They do it to scare you. A person throwing things, they might throw something at you. Or they might not actually do anything. They might act like they want to throw something to scare you.
Right.
Into, whatever they want you to do. Threaten throw a lamp at your head, what you gonna do?
You might just be like, I wish you would. I want you to.
What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be like, no, don't throw the lamp. Soon they put it down. We thumping, ho.
Right.
What we doing? Bitch, you put that lamp down. Let's go. Fake cry. Put the lamp down, please. Don't do what you want me to do.
You say you're going to trick them, huh? Let them put
that down. I'm going for broke.
That's crazy. Look,
I mean, these are real life situations that happen.
You're absolutely right. You are absolutely right, and it's real out here. And again, I just want to bring it back that they are tricks that abusers play. I have to bring it back there. I apologize for that. I have to bring it back there because that's literally what it is. And if you are not careful, you will fall for it. We have all fallen for it. And my advice to everyone that is listening is to just, again, if this is your thing, if this is the stuff you like to do, then indulge, be my guest. But if it's not, if you realize that this is not right, because we all have sense to know what's right, what feels right and what doesn't. And if it don't feel right, then it probably is not right. And you really should think about it and do all that you can to get out of those type of situations. And I mean, even if it's in a relationship with a significant other or a friendship, either way, or family members, either way, these are all people, they all fall in a category of which you can be abused or be the abuser.
Friends can be abusive too. Like they can give you like a choice. Well, if you don't hang with me or this other friend, our friendship is over. Little petty stuff like that.
Right.
To me, I think that's abuse. So
well,
you make me.
I don't want you to talk to this person. I don't want you to be around this person. If you're going to be around this person, me and you can't be friends. Things like that. You're a grown up. you should be able to do what you want to do. And doesn't it feel better when you have choice, when you make the choice to want to do these things versus somebody trying to make you do these things?
Right. It's about control. I had a friend, I'll never forget one night, and I introduced her to another friend. We were going out.
Mm-hmm.
She comes out to the car and she was like, "What is this bitch doing in my seat?" Because the girl was in the front seat. So the other girl, she's like, "I'm not putting up with this shit." So she lets him sit in the front seat. I'm flying down the road because she wants to go home, and they cussing each other out about to fight in my fucking car.
Over a front seat.
Yeah, my best friend was mad because the girl was in the front seat, and the other girl was new. She never met her. She was like, "I'm not dealing with this shit." So they're fighting.
Like, it's really, really about control.
Yeah,
being able to control your car,
and she was able to control me with that. And she, not only me, she was abusive to me and the other girl by cursing her out.
Correct.
And then you got a situation where I'm speeding down the highway. I'm thinking they finna start thumping. They hit me. We about to flip. I'm in a Jeep. I was terrified. That was the most terrifying moment. All the front seat in control. Abusive. Watch out for your abusive friends. You mean that a lot of people when that happens, oh, my friend just loves me. That's it. They just, they want me around. I'm their special friend. No, that person wants control over your life. They want to be your only friend. They'll run everybody out of your life. That's another thing we talk about, isolation.
That's another form of abuse as well.
Yeah.
Isolation, absolutely. Melissa says, that's why I keep my circle small. I don't like to be made to feel guilty about my likes and dislikes. Right.
I agree.
And sometimes, you know what else? Sometimes you can't mix all your friends together. You have different friends for different reasons and different, you just got different types of friends. And you cannot mix everybody together because everybody's not going to vibe with each other. And it's going to put you in the middle of feeling like you have to choose. So, it's okay for you. And it's not healthy is for you and one person to be so inseparable that when you do say, I'm about to hang out with this person, that other friend has an attitude.
Yes, that happens. Okay, even though I have a tribe and we're good with me. I've had that happen with my friends. One person feels like I get along with the other person better than them, and they get jealous.
Correct. Let me tell you,
I don't even see it. I'm like, so you feel like she's looking at you a certain way?
Let me tell you a story that happened with me mixing my friends. So I have these two friends that we've been friends for years, and we both been friends for a very long time. One is like childhood from like 5 up. The other one is like from 6th grade up. So I made the worst mistake by talking about one to the other. And it's not like I was gossiping. It's just like me expressing what happened, telling my story. This what happened. And girl, you think I was wrong? Or, whatever. Well, I did that so much that one time for my birthday, I had a get together and I had them both there. So one friend got drunk and she turns around and say, now from the door, when my other friend came in, the one that got drunk was riding her from the door. She just kept saying slick shit all night. So I'm like, oh my God, can you please just stop? So at the end, what really just tore everything out the water, she said, my friend was saying something and the drunk one was all like, will you shut the fuck up? We is so tired.
Wait.
No, this is what she said. She said, we is so tired of you. Ain't we black? Ain't we tired of her? I felt stupid. And my friend looking at me like, oh, so you talking about me to her? And I'm like, no, but the fucking cat was out the bag and shit because she said that shit. I was so freaking mad. Like, I learned.
You said no, BB.
Huh?
You said no.
I was like, no, I don't be talking about, trying to lie. I don't be talking about you. And then I get mad at her. And then I get mad at her. Hey, Fair Exchange. Hey, Fair.
Hey, what's up, Fair Change? I would have been like, you know what? Fuck it, yeah.
Hey, Granny cooked food. Thanks for coming in. Yes.
Because you already caught me. Like,
I was caught. I was caught.
yeah.
But yeah, and that blew up in my face. So after that, I had to learn, like, and again, it is gossip. That's really what it is. That's the truth of it. But it wasn't really like I was gossiping. I was literally just telling one friend about something that happened with another friend.
See, this is the crazy part about friendship, right? When you want to vent, who the hell do you vent to? When it comes to your friends is supposed to be somebody you can vent to.
Right.
If you have a problem with the other friend, like, what do you do?
What do you do? That's a good question.
I've had issues like that, like,
a problem with one friend and you want to vent. Who do you vent to?
Who do you vent to? And like, how do you know who's not gonna pop their shit when they get upset? Because that has happened to me before. I vent to one friend, and then they get into it, and she was like, "Well, I don't understand, bitch, why you don't got your kids?"
See?
I'm like, God. She's like, "I'll take care of my daughter. What? You only got one son." I was like, "Oh my God."
So can your friend call you fake and phony? And that be true?
I'm not being fake and phony. I'm just like, I feel like I could vent to you and you should not say anything. But people are human and they feel the way they feel and they got a mouth and they say what they want to say. And that's what happened. I'm like, oh my God. Like, you situation. I'm like, I just do this. And I'm like, but like, I want to do this. It's not like I fucking disappeared. It's like my friend was like, I can still see you.
Right. Let me tell you, Melissa said she vent to her mom. I wish I could talk to my mom. I can't talk to my mom and me. Like, she ain't even in a place where she can even understand things. So I can't even do that. Now, my daughters, which is great, they talk to me about everything, and I hope that never change. And I'm trying to never make them feel uncomfortable so they won't not talk to me. So I'm hoping that they will I will be their diary, to a certain degree.
You know what? You just said something really important. Diary. I can write down what I feel.
Yeah.
I can journal.
A journal. You can.
Yeah.
But then sometimes, like, to be honest, sometimes when you venting, you want to hear somebody. Okay, two things you want to hear. You want to hear the rebuttal. That you want to hear if you was right or wrong. Or you want somebody to really agree with you that you were, just to confirm that you was right. Or if not, you was wrong. Either way, you want somebody to give you that dialogue.
A lot of times when I vent or I say something, I want advice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, well, can you give me some advice on this? Like, what do you think? That's what I want.
Right.
Because I'll admit, I don't always get it right.
Right. Another thing I had to learn too with my friends is not to solicit unwanted advice. I was very, very like, you couldn't talk to me without me saying, oh, well, you should have did this. Oh, you know what? You was wrong because you did. And sometimes my friends just literally just wanted to tell me things and not hear what the hell I had to say back. So I had to learn how to restrain myself from always trying to give my advice when it wasn't never needed. The worst advice I ever told my friend was, I think I told this story before, but it always stands out. She was like, she was having problems with her man, and she was just coming to me like, he just won't do right. And every time I do everything for him, and he just turn around and cheat and just want to do this and do that. And I said to her, well, maybe he's probably just not that into you.
You being honest.
I was being honest. I was being so honest, but literally she took that advice and she stayed with him for another like almost 5 years just to prove me wrong. Even though it was a bunch of bull crap the whole 5 years, but she needed to prove me wrong. And I felt like maybe I shouldn't have said that because I kind of messed with her ego. I kind of hurt her feelings and made her feel like I was judging her, like not being good enough. I felt bad for saying it. So,
but I feel like you were a real friend because you told her the truth. So
And,
she stayed with somebody for 5 years and suffered just to prove a point. That is so crazy.
That's the prove a point. Yeah, that's how I looked at it anyway. She might have just really been trying to work at her relationship. However you want to put it, she knew 4 or 5 years ago that this shit wasn't going to work. Let me read some of these comments. Melissa said, I ask my people up front when they want to vent. Now, how should I respond? Am I sounding bored, or do you really want my opinion?
Yeah. But you know what? People won't tell you the truth, Melissa. They be like, oh yeah, I really want your opinion.
But they really don't. They're gonna mess around and do what they want to do at the end of the day anyway, you know.
That's that part.
Yeah, I just be quiet now. Now I'm telling you, age, the older you get, the wiser you get. It's beautiful to me. I'm enjoying getting older and wiser because I know how to mind my goddamn business like no other. Okay, and I love it. Okay, I love it.
I feel like I'm getting older, but not wiser. I'm able to admit that.
Really?
I'm still, yeah. Like I'm not finished yet. I'm able to admit that.
You said that last week. You're not finished yet. When you said that, Cobra, what do you mean by that? I'm not finished yet.
I'm like
finished learning or playing.
I'm finished growing. I'm not the person that I 100% need to be right now. Because a lot of people tell you that, you know. Sometimes I shoot the shit and be like, "Oh yeah, I know. I'm this person and I'm that." No, I'm not 100% finished. I'm not who I'm supposed to be right now.
Okay.
I mean, I can be so much greater. I know it, but I have to do the work. A lot of us get lazy, and I admit I've been lazy.
Okay.
That do work.
Life is work.
Always.
Life is a bill and work, honey. That comes with both. True. Fair Exchange said that's true. Melissa said, my friends know that I am the one to tell it like it is. So certain conversations are not even mentioned to me. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I need to be like you, Melissa. Like they already know. Don't come to me with that. But they do.
Yeah, my friends don't come to me. They used to, and then they stopped again because I was just telling it like it was, and they didn't like to hear the truth, and they just stopped telling me stuff. Like my friends now to this day don't tell me everything. I got one friend that will tell me everything, but my relationship with her is like I told you. I don't judge her. I don't offer advice if she don't ask me. I don't say anything. You know, I'll just listen. So she's fine with that. You know, sometimes she'll say, bitch, what you think? And I'll let it have. I'll be waiting too. Like, I hope she asks. I got so much.
But how hard is it not to judge your friends when they do certain things you don't approve of?
It's very easy for me because I'm not no angel. I've done a lot of fuck shit in my life. So just because I've calmed down, I'm not automatically thinking they should calm down or they shouldn't be doing certain things. Everybody learn when they learn.
Right.
And just because I chose to not do certain things anymore, I don't expect them to do that either. And to be quite honest, because my life is a little bit boring to a certain degree. So I like hearing them stories like, bitch, what? What the fuck happened?
But you settle down, you know, you settle. That's good. That's what everybody wants. They want to have that, you know, that you know, that happily ever after, that love story.
Yeah. Oh, well, no.
So because I don't think your life is boring. You with the person that you love, you engage. That's a beautiful thing. Nothing boring about that.
It's fine for me. I don't have a problem with it myself. I actually enjoy it. What I'm saying is, like, my friends, when I hear their stories, they out there getting it in. You too, Cobra. When you be telling me what you did for the weekend or whatever, I'm like, God damn it.
That's what you know what, one of my friends, you know, she lives through me. Like every now and then we hang together because, you know, when she can get a babysitter. But she lives through my story. She's like, I just love your stories, you know. The stuff that you're going on, it's always some shit with you. There's always something. I can't even tell you half of the shit that's happened.
Right.
And it be off the wall, over the top shit. And if it's not me, it's somebody that I know. She's like, me some crazy ass. My brother used to call me P.T. Barnum. You know, P.T. Barnum of the freak show. He used to have a freak show with, you know, the little people and the lady with the bearded lady. But like, you got a bunch of freaks and weirdos always around you. Like when I was younger, it was like, child, I can't even like. I told you about the girl that we went Walmart. She never went no panties. She was riding around on the Walmart in a little scooter with her legs gapped open. It was always some crazy shit going on around me, and that's just a half of it. That's just a small little piece of it of the people I can hang out with. Just cooch it out.
Yeah. Melissa said you grabbed the opportunity when she asked, huh? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I be
Right.
Like, you want my advice? Well,
like,
and I sit back and figure out the best way to say it instead of that old roughneck shit that start us to arguing. See, I'm telling you, I learned a lot of shit just growing up and just becoming old and wise and making mistakes, like literally not like having fights with my friends, people that I knew I grew up with and loved to death, and having those big fights and fallouts, and we not speak for damn near a year or two. Like, I don't, you know, I'll be missing them and they be missing me. And when we get back together, it's like we never left. But I had to learn how to control myself and say, you know what, you was off. You wasn't on line. Like, you was out of order, even saying some shit like that. I remember I told one of my friends she wasn't on my level. And she, let me tell you. And I didn't mean it.
Yes, you did. Because when you said, I'm not talking with my friends, she wasn't on my level.
Well, when I said it, I was saying you're doing one thing and I'm doing another. She took it as I'm better than you. I'm up here and you're down there. So it was a miscommunication.
Huh. Isn't one of the abusive traits we talked about earlier? Like how abuser, like maybe she was the abuser. Like she'll take something that you said and try to make it seem like she's the victim.
She definitely falls under that category.
So maybe she didn't take it as hard as she made you think she did. She's on that manipulating, abusive stuff we were just talking about. See, this is the thing. When we talk about abusive traits, friends do that shit too.
Correct.
Right? Okay, I've suffered more abuse, I'm learning, from friends than I have from partners. I'm learning this.
Wait a minute, hold on. Melissa said
they put me through it.
Friends that love you in all your craziness. Yes, ma'am. And Fear said, yep, you always have to check yourself. That's what I learned how to do. I learned to just check myself at the door. And that comes with maturity, and it comes with being okay with being wrong sometimes. You don't get everything right. You're not perfect. Standing in that shit, pretty much.
Absolutely. So a lot of people do not like to admit that they're wrong. They don't like to stand in their shit. It stinks. Sometimes you gotta stand in that wrong.
Definitely.
Like when you know you're wrong. And I'm sometimes I don't want to admit I'm wrong. It just, you know, this is
let me tell you, my partners say I think I'm right about everything. And I don't think I'm right about everything, but when I'm right, I'm right.
Yeah.
And even if I'm wrong, I could have been right.
Do you think the thing about me is I'm so fucking moody. And I'll admit that I am so up and down. You don't know what the fuck you're gonna get from 1 hour to the next. Like my best friend texted me, she's like, so before I come up there, what kind of mood are you in?
And you could be in a good mood while y'all on the phone. By the time she get there, you ain't in a good mood no more.
And man, the mood fluctuates depending on, it could be anything. There's not nothing I can control. It's crazy as fuck. But I mean, I'm able to control it. Like we've had some issues, some arguments because she a moody motherfucker too,
Mm-hmm.
and very manipulative, abusive friend.
Yeah.
But I love her though.
I'm telling you, I could tell you some of the craziest shits that me and my friend went through to where the reason why I can talk about it now is because we're so much in a better place. But back then we were fucked up. She held me accountable. Like well, not accountable, but she held something over my head that I did years ago. Like, and you guys, if y'all want to give y'all opinion, that's fine. I don't think I was wrong, but then again, something, a part of me do say that was wrong. That's some fuck shit. So my friend was in an abusive relationship. Her boyfriend used to whoop her ass. Now, when they used to fight each other, they would fight at 10 o'clock and be screwing at 12. This was the nature of their business. So this one time, she was like, he went out and she was like, I'm going out too. Matter of fact, I tell him I went out. Bump this. I'm tired of being in the house all the time. So when he called, tell him I went out. So when he called, I said, she went out. He was like, oh yeah, don't play with me. She went out. Yeah, she went out. So he was like, oh, okay, where she went? He started questioning me. And I'm like, I'm getting smart. Like, don't worry about this and the third. So she in the background, like, no, tell him I'm home. I'm home. I didn't do it. I said, no, fuck that. You went out. You told me you went out. You went out. So me not listening to her to tell him the truth, me wanting to play her game with her and being mad. So this is where I say I was wrong, because it wasn't my place to take on her relationship problems, even though she put me in it.
Yeah, she put you in it, bro.
Right, but if she told me to say I'm home, I should have just said she home instead of playing around saying no, taking upon myself like I'm gonna teach him a lesson too. That's how I'm looking at it now, my mature side. But back then, I was dead ass like, no, fuck that, you went out. So when he came to the house, he fucked her up. Like, he beat her the fuck up. And she was like, tell him you was lying. Tell him you was lying. And I literally looked at her getting fucked up and was like, no. I
don't blame you, BB, because she put you in her stuff.
Well, she held that against me for years because I couldn't understand her behavior changing, shifting in our friendship. And it was little shit like that she held on to and never told me about until years later.
I feel like you had every right to tell him she was out because she asked you to do it. She put you in it. Don't put me in the mix if you don't want me to say what I mean, because what you will not do is tell me what to say out of my damn mouth, especially when you involve me in the mess. Don't ask me to do nothing for you if you don't want me to do what I'm gonna do.
Okay. Hey, Retro. Hey, BB in chat. Just keep just peeking in the show support. I'll catch the replay. Fighting with Ask April right now. Can't chat. Okay.
Oh Lord.
Retro. But no, like, and at the time, how I looked at it is, the reason why I didn't say anything and I kept with the story is because I didn't like my friends that would put me in their relationships, and then after they get back with them, their boyfriends would be like, I don't want you being with her. I don't want you fucking with her, because I'm all in the mix, and I didn't like being in that situation. And I felt like if I would have said, no, she was just playing, at that time, I felt like he would have been like, I don't want you fucking with her.
Right. Don't like, I think you were right. Like, she shouldn't have been mad at you, but some people be dickmatized or pussymatized or whatever, and they go with flow.
She said, Melissa said, wow, I could go with the first part saying she was out, but in the mix of an ass whooping, I probably would have caved and told him I lied. You're correct. Because
the thing is, what I would have been afraid of, if I tell him you lied, man, he would punch you. He lose. I mean, he going ape shit. I'm not finna get hit. You already got me in your shit. He might hit me.
I can't even say that even passed my mind. I didn't even think about this. I wish he would. Like I wasn't there. Again, my mindset was, and again, like I said, a part of me feel like, yeah, fuck that. But another part of me is like, nah, that was some fucked up shit. You should have just ended that shit and said, I lied.
Right.
And, that I fought with myself, but at the time I didn't even know she was mad about that. I let that shit go and moved on. It wasn't until years later she would tell me the certain things I did to her to make her act funny with me. But again, that's me holding myself accountable for that shit and saying, all right, you're right. I was fucked up with that.
No, because say it like I said, so you said you weren't there though. But he could have been like, well, next time I see BB, I'm gonna knock her out because she lied. And she didn't put you in the mix. And then he's the type of person, he don't got no respect for women. He just like me beating on women. His girlfriend, random women, her friends and all that. Because I've had something like that happen to me. I had a friend and she got into it with a baby dad. And, I said something to him. We went over there, confronted him, whatever. I said something to him. The motherfucker charged me. I had to spray him in it. I was some hairspray to get away about this big motherfucker came running towards me. I was shaking trying to get a hairspray in my purse.
I never.
The fuck out of my eyes. Because you put some bullshit. And he trying to whoop my ass.
That's true. I never understood my friends staying in abusive relationships like that. But I have so many friends that did. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I don't even know. I can't tell you what made them stay. I want to say it was love, but no such thing because I know better. But I couldn't really tell you why they those type of relationships.
I think after what we talked about today, they didn't know they were being abused.
Right.
That's what I'm assuming.
Or they thought it was cute. Or some of them have so much low self-esteem that they think they can't get nobody else. So they just take it. They just deal with it.
Yeah. Or some people be like, oh, they feel like abuse is love. Oh, they don't want to let me go. That's why they control me. Because,
Melissa said that's true, Cobra. I ain't think about that. What you were saying, like, why you wouldn't have told.
Yeah, child, and baby, like I said, that big motherfucker ran up on me. I had to get that hairspray out my purse. I never forget, it was a Mazzani hairspray. And the brown bottle, I was shaking trying to get that bitch out. I had to carry hairspray but keep my hair. Baby, I didn't have nothing else on me but that goddamn hairspray. And I was like, spray the motherfucking eye try and take him down. I'm gonna be fucked up. If I don't take him down, I'm gonna be on the ground. Because that damn hairspray. Because he's trying to stun him. I can run off real quick, get in my car. And fucking hit it, okay? I sprayed that motherfucker, it stunned him. I jumped in that car and I hit it. Left both of them out there.
You know what? Honestly, I think that I was always scared to fight men. Like I never even thought, like I was always scared to fight men. So I just I wouldn't even get in a predicament where that would happen to me. Like, because I was scared anyway. I was always scared to fight men. And I think that comes from watching my oldest brother, abuse women coming up. My brother beat the brakes off his fucking girlfriends one by one. I watched so many, which is why I never even would tolerate nobody. You yell at me the wrong way, it's over. I ain't doing it, because I watched him do it for a long ass time, and that scared me. But Melissa said I have had the same BFF since first grade, and she had been married to a first class asshole for 20 years. I can't stand him, but she the type that won't leave. How
do you handle that, Melissa?
It has always created a strain in our friendship, and now I just kind of had to fall back. Right.
Yeah, that has to be painful because you love your friend. You hate to see them go through that, but they won't leave. So what do you do?
I leave them. I can't stick around that. If you tell me you love him and you're gonna work it out, okay. So I'll visit you, but if he's there, I'm not visiting. If he comes there while I'm visiting, I will get up and leave. I just don't want to be in that space because then I'm feeling obligated to have to do something if I see something.
Right. I've been in that situation with the friend. She went to her boyfriend told her to come over. We went over there. She knocked on the door. His brother opened the door, looked at us, slammed the door real quick. Another girl came to the door, and my friend was like, "So are you in there with the little red boy?" She knows kind of them. She's like, "No, my homegirl in with him." So she grabbed his shoes. She started walking, and I'm like, "Where you going?" I'm just following her. She walked to the back of the apartment, throw the shoes. He had a window above his bed. Bust out the window. All the dudes came running out the house. We had that thumping. Her shirt come off. I'm getting picked up and slung and thrown around.
By boys? By men?
Yeah. That dude grabbed me around the waist like this and went, boom. And I jumped back up and started thumping him down. Boom. And we all like to just thumping until the police got called. All because I was, trying to defend a friend.
Yeah, see, that's
And and they got right back together after that.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted to bond him out. She was like, "Well, take me to bond him out," because he got arrested. He had a warrant.
What? See, that's the shit and that's when venting or minding your business goes wrong with me. No, I'm not taking you no goddamn way. Are you crazy? Absolutely not.
No, I'm not. Bitch, I done got thrown all around in this damn grass out here.
I would have probably for her. Like, after I just went through all this with you and now you want to bail him out? What about me, motherfucker?
I mean, she fought to her shirt. She real skinny thing. So she had like a little, you remember little handkerchief tops back in the day? Her top came off. She had it with just breast exposed. I had to take off, take off my shirt and put it on her in between getting thrown around. They had the girls out there, his brother, his homeboy, him. We out there just tussling. And then y'all right back together.
Nope, not doing it. Melissa said, yeah, it started stressing me more than it did her. And she eventually stopped telling me stuff too. I would have to hear about things from outsiders. Correct?
Well.
And you know what? And I hate the fact to say that on the strength of your friendship, that is probably the best that you don't know. But then what if something happens and maybe she lose her life or she killed him? Then you're left with guilt because you knew and didn't do nothing. It's a bad predicament to be in or to put someone else in.
But what can you do when the person won't allow you to help?
That's true. You can't do nothing but walk away, to be quite honest.
You can't, and pray for them, even though you don't want anything bad, to happen. There's nothing you can.
Yeah.
So you see what happened to me? I got thrown off grass.
Wait.
I'm for real. I mean, you grab around my waist and just boom, just like that. And I jumped back up and started swinging, and that wasn't shit. It wasn't even phasing him. He was just taking them hits to be able to grab him. What do they call it? A DDP? I don't know. Some wrestling move or some shit.
All for her to go back and do it to him.
Yeah.
The next day. Cobra, you do have some adventures, laugh out loud. And I have only known you for the last 15 minutes.
This is the crazy part. The guy who was doing this to her, he is dead now. He was fighting a girl. He's an abusive guy. And he punched the glass out of the car to try to attack his girlfriend, cut an artery, and died. And she was crying. My friend, I can't believe you did. I'm like, are you serious? Whoop your ass.
Recognize, which brings us back to the topic at hand. She never realized she was abused. She didn't recognize it. She thought it was normal.
Yes. And then he gets with somebody else beating that girl's ass. He's a dying. Habitual ass beater. Well, it's gonna sound fucked up, but may he rest in peace.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, shit, karma. I mean, you busting the window to grab her, slice, you know, like I was saying about the, you know, somebody throwing a lamp and stuff. We talking about what, you know, breaking objects.
Yes.
How breaking objects goes wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could have died when I was younger. I got stitches up right here to this day. Well, you can't see it. Well, you can't see it, but I had on this white suit and I'm outside getting ready to go somewhere with my mom. And this damn boy threw a water balloon in the dirt, all of it splashed on my white outfit. And I tried to take his fucking head off. I chased him in the house, and he had, you know how you have the door and then you have the mirror on the side of the door, the window on the side of the door. He pulled the curtain back and did like that. So I threw my fist through the window because I wanted to get him.
Wow. Woo.
And I came back and this was slick. Yeah.
I'm glad you're okay, because it's crazy how many arteries we have in our hand.
Right. Let me tell you, that's what the doctor said, that like you just missed an artery. You could have literally just died. And all this was out of anger over a damn outfit. Let's just call it what it is. Me not being able to control myself. And I wanted to beat this little boy the fuck up.
You trying to take that head off. I don't give a fuck about this lad.
He antagonized me, pulling that window back. So I was like, you ain't getting me. And I sure did go through that fucking window. But
I'm finna get your ass.
Yeah, these are things that happen.
Yeah, abuses, you know, things that happen. Abuses.
Guys, if you have not subscribed to Cobra and I, we do have a page. It is PolyVibez. Please join. Please subscribe and to our channel.
I'll put a link in there.
We also are on here every Wednesday at 8 p.m. If you have any show ideas or just want to holla, that's our email account. If you want to be a guest, if whatever, you know, please feel free. I thank everybody for coming out to join us. I appreciate you guys so much. I do also have the African Cultural Art Forum. Please visit that website. They have some beautiful stuff, things that you can use. They have shea butter. They have incense, oils. They have the sea moss, which I have ordered a lot of. I ordered a lot of stuff. So when I do get my stuff, guys, I am going to come back so that you guys can see it. And yeah, this is our show for the night. Cobra, is there anything you want to say?
Oh, and last week we had a giveaway. Another one coming up soon from a Black skincare company that I love to death, Urban Eaton.
Yeah. I
will be giving away a gift card from Urban Eaton. Can I give away a digital gift card? I don't know how I'm gonna give it to you, but you know,
you do it through email. Like whoever won or whatever, you can reach out and like even on here, you can email us. If we have winners, we will definitely get your email information to be able to give you that. Thank you, Miss Bernadette, for coming through. Thank you,
Miss Bernadette. So
Melissa, I enjoyed the conversation. We'll definitely be back. Thank you so much, Melissa. Please come.
Thank you, Melissa.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody.
What else did you want to say?
Oh, just subscribe to our channel.
Definitely. And again, that concludes our segment on Tricks Abusers Play. I hope and pray that you guys got some good information and that you will use that. I plan on using it. I have been using it and I don't plan on stopping now. Again, I am not perfect. I say this from the bottom of my heart. I am not perfect. I do a lot of crazy shit sometimes, but I aspire to do the best that I can every day. I have children that are watching me. So it is important to me that I be a role model and I lead by example. But that's just me. I'm not telling you to be like me, be yourself. But I'm telling you what works for me in my daily life. And with that being said, again, thank you guys for coming out. Is there anything you said what you had to say, right, Cobra?
Yeah, just thank you so much for watching. I gotta think of the giveaway, like what you have to do. You have to subscribe to the channel.
No, that's too many people. No.
No, just damn, how do I do it? I don't even
Subscriber, that's one.
Do you get alerts when they subscribe to the channel?
Yes.
So the next person that subscribes to the channel, I gotta figure out like a creative way.
Or we can do
for the giveaway.
For the giveaway, because I'm not gonna say what the giveaway is, because then everybody will do it just for the giveaway. If you can bring 5 people to our channel and they say, I'm here, I came here through such and such. Such and such, like Melissa. Melissa said when she came through, I think she said Miss T, I came here through Miss T, if I'm not mistaken. So somebody brought her over, the traffic brought to the channel. So if you can bring 5 people, how is that, Cobra? 5 people?
5 people, yes. You would get an awesome, I need to up it to $25. You can get like a nice little body wash, or you can get like a little sample kit. I use their products regularly, this company. I already said the name. I just ordered, I got some stuff on the way, some more body wash and some more shea butter on the way.
That sounds
we just had a giveaway last week.
Yeah, that sounds like a great prize to me. And what we gave away last week for ACAF products.
It was awesome.
Good products. And you got another 10% off
right.
the gift certificate that you got. So yeah. So
gift certificate and 10% off. You cannot beat that.
Yeah. So, all right, guys, this has been our little show. Thank you again for stopping by, and we will see you soon. Peace.
Thank you all for joining. Peace and blessings. Have a beautiful week.